Cuba, it's me. Welcome to episode 241 of The Willow Show, which stands for Wrestling is Life. Life is Wrestling. Now, today I want to talk about championships, titles, belts, whatever you want to call it. The strap, the leather strap, the gold. Well, anyway, as many of you know, some of wrestling is predetermined, and the company gets to pick who they're deciding to have as their champion. Now, I hate to say this because I love kayfabe, but it's just general knowledge now, so I don't feel like I'm bursting anybody's bubble. But if you think you are chosen to have a championship, why are you chosen? Lots of times you're the face that they want representing the company, the one that's going to make the most money, the one that's going to be able to do media and stuff for them. I mean, depends what kind of company you are. If you're in the major leagues or if you're in the minor leagues, it really depends. But I want to ask the question today, are championships meaningless in wrestling? Like, back in the day, compared to back in the day, you'd have the NWA champion that was voted on by a committee who was representing the NWA, and that person would travel to every single territory, defend the title, and make their top stars look good without losing the title. Now that is a hard feat to do. And like back in the WWF, like Bruno Sammartino held the belt for like 4, 5, 6 years. Championships really meant a lot. So when someone got beaten, it was a big deal back then. Now, the titles change hands so much, I just don't know if they've lost their value. What does a title do for somebody? A lot of times, if it's somebody that needs something, the title can make the person. But it also goes to say that the person can make the title. See, in wrestling for me, I never wanted to win any championships. I just wanted to lose every match and just wanted to be a part of the show. I didn't care if I won or lost. I really didn't even want to win. And so to me, I've won about 7 or 8 titles over my career, but I mean, it makes you feel good, and it makes you feel pride, and then people talk about you like, oh, you're somebody because you won the belt. But it's like, I know I earned it, but it wasn't like the Olympics and I got that gold medal because no one can beat me. I earned it because whoever was paying me decided, I think this guy is a good guy to have representing our company on our title, whatnot, right? So, what is the purpose of the title? And I know it's a good storyline because how many stories do we have in wrestling? We have the betrayal run, 2 people that were somehow friends or related or in a tag team or whatever, and they betray each other. So then it's personal. You have some kind of personal feud. Sometimes they have like love triangles or love stories and stuff like that, and those can be. And you have some underdog stories and stuff like that. But other than that, and the championship, what other stories are there in wrestling? There's not that many. I guess the belt or the title is for them to have a reason to fight. Like, why are we wrestling? Is it for bragging rights? No, it's because everybody wants to be the champion. And the funny thing is, most wrestlers do want to be the champion because it's like a sign of respect. It's like you've earned everyone's respect. You deserve to have the title. But I mean, throughout the years, there's been a lot of champions that maybe didn't deserve it. Or it was just like a shock thing, or whatever the case, or it was just a means of getting from point A to point C, and that was point B in the middle. So I just want to know, have the championships lost their value? I don't know if they've lost them, but they've definitely gone down a lot. Like, look at WWE. Brock Lesnar is the champion, but he's hardly ever there. So like the guys that are doing the house shows and doing the Monday Night Raw and whatnot like that, they're the ones that are carrying the show. So and Brock Lesnar doesn't do a lot of media. So is it really good to have him as the champion? I think it's for those big main event feels. Brock Lesnar's someone that's looked upon as legit. He's a great college athlete or university, I don't remember. And he won UFC, so it's like, look, he wins the real fights, so look how strong he is in the fake fights. Like, I don't get it. You would think they'd want someone representing that can go everywhere, do all the media. But I mean, it's a good look. If you're gonna pay him all that money, it's credibility is what it is. Why he has a title. But as far as that goes, you want to have someone that represents the business well too. Someone that loves the business, maybe, or I guess not. I guess it does not matter. But what do you look for in a champion? Is there a lot of people that never won championships that you think should have? Is there people that have won championships that you don't think they should have? And it didn't matter. Like, I always look back at Jake the Snake. He never won any titles that I know of, and well, he did in some other territories before he got to WWF, but he never needed to, for me. And the same with Undertaker. He won it a couple times, but for me, the Undertaker always had a good story. He didn't need the title. And same with Bray Wyatt until recently, about a year ago, when he won it. I feel like the wrestlers who are the best ones, they don't need a title because they make you want to watch. Whereas some of them, you're only watching because of the title, if that makes sense. I think it does to me, but like, man, it just seems really weird that it's predetermined and there's champions. Like, okay, so anybody could be the champion, right? So we could just decide, hey, by the way, tomorrow this guy's the champion. What is the meaning of it, and why is it such a big deal? I understand it's like a feather in your cap, or maybe sometimes it's even a thank you. I think that's what like the Bray Wyatt thing was. It was like a thank you for helping put everybody over for so many years, and sometimes it's just a transition. Like, we need a bad guy to win the title from this good guy so the other good guy can win it. So I want to know what you think. Are titles meaningless? Who deserves a title? Who doesn't need a title? What do you think about titles in general? Maybe I'm completely out in left field on this one. I probably am. But put me in my place. Let me know. What do you think? What is your feelings and opinions on championships in wrestling? What purpose do they serve? And I'm sure they serve a good purpose, but what purpose do they serve in your eyes? And is it a big deal for you when someone wins a championship? Does it have to be someone that you're emotionally vested in? Like, if some guy wins a title and you're just like, I don't really care. But if it's somebody that you really like, you're like, oh yes, he won the title. Or if it's someone you really hate, you're like, no, not him. So I want to know, because as always on the Willow Show, like, or you get a leg drop, comment, or you get a clothesline, subscribe, or you get a suplex. I'm your host, Elian Habanero. I love wrestling. Cuba.